Family. I'd like to welcome you all back for another day, Tuesday, the 29th. I'm Mike with Rooted in Hebrew. And again, like every day, it's like we have to be on alert as to what's going on in this world. And I was looking at one of the brothers, Sean, and they were showing that there was some activity a couple of hours ago at the not the White House, at the in Washington D.C. And they had 5 helicopters to fly in and take somebody out. Take some people out. Now, who they were, I did not know. I just got a glimpse of it, but we know that something is on the horizon, and that's the reason why I say, well, let's stay awake and let's stay alert. It seems and it appears that things are about to get to popping, as they said, because they've been going back and forth with this stuff for what, a year or more. And so this is where we're at today. Let me turn this thing down to hold on. But we know there's something. There you go. And so it is absolutely a must on our part that we stay alert. We can't afford to be slipping nor dipping. We cannot. These days, they're troublesome, and we see a stage that, well, it's going to be a whole lot worse. Now, whether they have this election or not, how we fit into that, it still blows me. But that's where we at. Wait a minute, did I do something wrong? Let me see something, brothers. Let me see. Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, I'll figure that out later. But this is where we're at. A lot of brothers have been giving out a lot of warnings as to the times in which we live. Now, one thing I will say this, and this is no disrespect to nobody. It's just my line of thought. There are some brothers that say, "Hey, it's gonna take some years for this to happen." Or, it's gonna take years for this Exodus. You know what? No, they say May. They say May. But I don't see May. I see this is going to be something of a grand standing where now if you're talking about time, you're talking, let's say 3 or 4 years for the Most High to be completed with his work as to moving his people back to their land. All right, let's go with the 3 years. Now, but if the Most High said, if he said in the last days he's going to speed it up, what is that speeded up he's talking about? That's the thing. What is that speeding up? And so I don't believe that it's going to be as slow as some brothers may think. And this is no disrespect to no brother. This is just my line of thinking. The Most High can move however he want to move. Now, if we look at time, yes, we looked at time before our time. The slave trade took some years. It took Jerusalem was destroyed in 70 CE, but it was surrounded back in 66 CE. But when that time came, I guarantee time that they probably was wishing that that they wouldn't have took for granted the time. But like I said, I just don't see that these things are going to linger out. Now, when the Most High said that the 1,000-year reign, he gave us a time. He gave us a time. When he said 400 years, he gave us time. But the other times, when it's the Exodus, he did not give us a time. He did not. He did not give us a time. Now, I know we can assume. I mean, what, like some brothers, they assume that's what they believe from their studies and things. I just don't see that the Exodus and things of that nature being, I don't see those being a few years. And it could be now. It could be. But I just don't see the scriptures that backs up the time of, that backs it up. But at the same time, regardless of whether it do take some years or it don't, one thing remain is we must stay awake and stay alert as to everything that's going on around us. Anything can pop off at any time. I wonder, is this thing on? Let me see something. One moment. Nope. All right, there we go. It was off. I'm sorry about that, brothers. I just turned the live chat on. I don't know why it wasn't on, but it's on now. And so, let's see, just thought about something. But that's just my thought on the and I don't believe it, the Exodus part, because let me see. Oh boy, we got to stay alert. We got to. If we don't, we go find ourselves getting hemmed up, and especially that we find ourselves mingling in this political nonsense. It's not none of our business. Whether Trump did a good job or not, it still remains. Not one president came nor did anything for Negroes. And that's according, and I ain't gonna say that's according to scriptures, but that's a reality. But we know why. The scriptures clearly states the only person that's going to save his people is the Most High. That's one thing we do know. We know that he is the one. He's the only one who's going to save. And so now, I'm not going to say if, you need to get that out of my mouth. He being that person. So there has to be a recognition of the world for them to see who's saving these people. Shalom, Brother Kenneth. Shalom. That's who. That's it. Got to be a scenery, like he said, the world will have to know. He wants the world to know who's doing this for this particular people. That's what he's doing, and he's setting it up. He's setting it up just for that. Well, you know how the world call it? They call it global warming. And so we say the world is being judged. That's just another tactic that the world uses to keep people in Bible-minded, reading or thinking people that, they're just having it. It's a natural disaster. But the Most High said that he is going to judge this nation. And he told us exactly Something you're gonna have earthquakes in one place after another. You're gonna have food shortages in one place after another. But now, when it comes to the food shortage, that's so more so on man. Man did that. They want to come in and play almighty. They took a tomato, now they want to clone it. Now they're thinking they're doing something. But now they're starting to see that this stuff they call themselves, well, we can feed the world with cloning fruits and vegetables. But when man's hand is in anything, you got to proceed very cautiously. It is absolutely a must to proceed cautiously. Because when man is involved, man, you're starting to have kids and your child end up with 3 arms, 10 toes on 1 foot. This is man. Why does this thing keep on fading out? I don't want to be fading out. But this is man's doing. This is man's doing. And so, alrighty. Shalom, Sister Georgetta and Brother Avon. Shalom. Hope your days are going good. What, being early over in your part. And so, we have this is admonishment to stay awake. We know what's going on. We see what's going on. Now these things that's about to turn up, they're turning up kind of quickly. And we said, give it to about Friday. Now this is the thing I ain't gonna say it scares me, but I would say it's concerning. It's like when you sleep and when you get up, that's when you hear about things. Now, let's just imagine that this stuff got turned up in the middle of the night. That stuff got turned up in the middle of the night. While you and your family in the bed sleep. Now, you waking up to a shock. And you're trying to get your bearings together off the top while you just getting up. You're trying to get your bearings together. You're trying to your kids and things of that nature. So now once you got your family together, now they ain't got this thing popped off. Now you're trying to figure out, where do I need to go? What should I do? Now you're making phone calls to your family members, letting them know what's going on. Now you see how stuff can go from 0 to dramatic. This is the reason why we need to stay awake. Now, let me explain that now. Not saying that you need to stay up 24 hours a day. And I'm quite sure you brothers and sisters know what I'm saying. It's just the way how I say stay awake. They're not going to give you a warning. I mean, we all know they're just not going to tell you, hey, this is what's going on. And this is happening. Only time they will let you know something went down is when it went down. The only time they will let you know you need to flee, because they already fled. They have already gone. Now, I never seen so much political upheaval and where the world is grabbing on the people of the earth, the people who, well, it would appear, who don't mean a hill of beans, but evidently they know something about us to drag us in, or attempt to drag us in to this political arena. And a lot of people falling for it. A lot of our brothers and sisters, some of our brothers and sisters are falling for it. They have a deep-seated, devout feeling that this woman is going to make some changes, or this man is going to make some changes, not realizing that they're giving up their power, and they literally just said to them. And the sad thing about it is too, let me back up a little bit on this. These politicians, they're going to go into the churches. So they already walked in there, and so they removed God out of the equation. You need to rely on me. I'm the one that's going to be up there speaking and talking and making promises and telling lies at the same time. So, hey, that's what they are doing. That's what they are. They got it set up this way. And it's sad. You know, me, I never voted. Never voted. Never. Never voted. And the thing about it was, until this awakening, I was one of those proud person to see Obama get into office. Because he was black. But when the dust settled, I'm like, wait a minute, man. He done got a bill for the rainbow people, and black people still do not have a crime bill to this day. You're about to go into a World War III, and we don't have a crime bill. It may appear that they're thinking about doing one of the worst crimes that they ever can do. I don't know, but we don't have a crime bill. And this ain't even truthfully. The Most High said, it's going to be him who's going to save his people. That right there is concrete. It's concrete. You can't, there's no ifs and buts about it. He said what he's going to do. Now, all the while, the churches teaches that, Israel is done away with. And when we was in church, we believed that stuff. Because we thinking these are the people over there. Until the Most High said, wake my people up. And we could have been reading Deuteronomy all our life. But until that awakening took place, you did not understand nothing, because it was not meant for you to understand at that time. It was not meant for you to understand at that time. Now you can go back and read it. You're like, oh my goodness, are you for real? This stuff it can be kind of shocking. It can be shocking when you wake up, because the Most High kept things. What did he tell Daniel? He said, shut the book up. Because his people was not going to know about this until he opened up their hearts and minds to understand. And open up hearts, and yes, he did. Yes, he did. A lot of brothers woke up. A lot of sisters woke up. And they got into the scriptures. Now, once that awakening, now you done seen the Christian worship that black people did back in the days, as well as Islam. We're like the majority. Now I ain't gonna say the majority of people, but we are what Google say is that the most religious people are black people. That's what it says. The most religious people are black people, right? Now, before this awakening, that's who we were. Now you take that religious atmosphere that we all came up in. If I die, I'm going to heaven, and things of that nature. If you take that strength that we thought we was in the right, I'm a devout Christian and things of that nature. You take that strength, apply it now. Apply that strength now with this awakening, because now you are wide awake. You're no longer in spiritual captivity. You're no longer in their spiritual captivity, that is. There's no captivity in this one here. There's none. So what they have put in place, and now with these, like they saying that you can't tell these Negroes nothing. No, you cannot. Those days are gone. They're gone. They're gone. The world has done some horrendous things. Shalom, Sister Pixie Dust. The world has done some horrendous things to our brothers and sisters. The only reason they know so much about the United States as to what goes on with our brothers and sisters and things of that nature, video. You give the same type of media attention to the brothers and sisters in South America or in Haiti. We go. The world is going to. Well, the world already know. No matter where you go, these people are persecuted. They're hated. They are hated. And the world is so. The world so much that they taught us how to hate our own brothers and sisters down to a T. They got videos of brothers standing over somebody just pew-pewing them. This is the state of us right now. We have a high alert within us. We do. Or we should at least have it. And along with wisdom and discernment. You're right, Brother Aiden. That discernment. Tell you something about that. Discernment. When black people go to the store, they just don't go to the store. They go to the store on alert. They know, all right, I'm going to the store. I can get robbed over here. They go be on alert. When you're thinking they walking straight, they looking to the side, and they go glance to the back to make sure that they're not squared off. Not so with the nations. When they go shopping, they just go shopping and not paying attention to a hill of beans. But until it happens, that's when they shell shock. Now, if we see a person in a grocery store with a long trench coat on and it's hot outside, the first thing black people do, we discern them. Oh, he on some dumb stuff. And then you be like, well, let me get up out of here. You turn around, you leave. Because you already put it together. And if you can't make things out up under the coat, no. You know, physical, spiritual, all. Let's go. I'm glad you said that, Brother Avon. That's spiritual. Brothers, watch and be aware of all these types of books. They may say one or two good words about biblical history, and then we'll come back around and say, oh, this didn't happen, or that didn't happen. Oh, this book is older than the Bible. And you may have a book out there older than the Bible. You may have a book out there older than the Bible. The Bible wasn't written for the world. It was written first and foremost for the Hebrews. That's who it was written for. It was their history. It was their laws that the Most High gave them. So, for that book to be for Egypt, it wasn't. But you have some channels out there that's literally coming up against us. Or the Bible is wrong. The Exodus in Egypt never happened. The Israelites never was in Egypt. Brothers and sisters, this is the reason why I proceed the way I proceed. I stick closely to the Bible. Now, Josephus, yeah, I'll dibble and dabble. But when you go into all these other books, you need to proceed very cautiously. And if you want to study a book, open up with a word of prayer to the Most High for Him to guide you. And he's going to let you know whether you need to proceed reading that book or not. Because now you can go and talk to a church devout person. Now you can talk about the Bible. The moment you mention the apocryphals, oh, that conversation is done. It's done. They do not believe it. But you can tell them, well, you need to blame your local neighborhood church, Christendom. They're the one who started taking these books out of the Bible. When I tell you they came in on us, they came in on us. They're most definitely against the awakening. They are against that off the top. Because that awakening is of Jacob. That awakening is of Jacob. Jacob is getting himself geared up to burn some stubble. Who is that stubble? Esau. But they're not seeing it. They have this delusion. Oh, we are a world power. We cannot be stopped. This is the illusion that they are having, that they cannot be stopped. And then on top of the TVs, the movies, the superhero movie, oh, they think they're invincible. That's their assumption that they're living out. But at the same time, now, let's not get it twisted. At the same time, they're hiding. They're preparing a place just in case it goes south. They got the bunkers. Hey, shalom, Sister Sheila E. Shalom. And you know, that's what they are preparing themselves for. But they maintaining this confidence, this arrogant type like confidence. Y'all Saint, how you doing? Shalom. And you know, that's the thing. That's life is eluding them. It's not even trying to hover over them because they love this system. They love what their God has built up. Thank you, Brother Avon. And you know, that's the thing. They're seeing an end of a dynasty, and truthfully, a dynasty. That's what they're what they don't see it. We do. They don't. I mean, you go and look at Africa. A lot of the leaders there. Now, I just read a couple of days ago that the Nigerian president went over to BRICS. Now, I'm wondering, did they get their gold back from the United States? All right, Sister In Pursuit. You know, you'd be safe out there, sister, while you're driving now. And so they they got some things on their hand, and they come up with some stuff, and this is not a good. It was not meant to look good. Period. It was not meant to look good. So I mean, to sit up here and say that that this don't look good. It never was meant to look good. But it is meant to look hopeful. The only ones that's going to entertain that hope are the downtrodden people, the least of all people. Because Yahushua said it. When you catch sight of these things, know that your deliverance is getting near. He was talking about wars and reports of wars and things of that nature. And we're seeing these things. And that's the thing. It's we have that hope. And with this awakening, we see in the scriptures for how they should be seen. The world is not going to understand what we understand. It wasn't written for them. Only thing that was written for them is that delusion. That's the only thing that was written for them. So whatever thing that they go put behind themselves, saying that the Most High gave you this authority of the church, and in this generation of people, when I say people, I'm talking about from 40 up to 60-something years old. That's that generation that woke up. That's that generation that was hidden. Because we was never introduced to it from the get-go. When black people started coming into their own, I say black people, when we started coming into our own, it was in the 90s. We was getting prepped for that awakening. Although we seen the movies, we listened to the music. Because back in the days, everybody knew. Back in the 80s, early 90s, if a black man was in a movie, you can bet $10. Oh, he gonna die out. We knew that. We knew it. And it did always happen. He's always the villain. He's always the joke. He's the dumb one. That's how they portrayed us. But the 90s came through. Nope, the 90s, there was so many different factors that was coming in. You had the music, you had the movies too. But you started seeing a whole lot more people of color doing movies. I seriously believe that was the prep for the awakening. You had all these rappers waking up to they being happy to be black. Didn't know they was Israel, but they was happy to be black. So that awakening was not going to be very hard for those type of individuals. And now, especially when they rap about dirty policemen, always messing with a person of color. They're always the one that getting pew-pewed in the street. And so people want to start to wonder, why is all of this happening to these people? And I'm talking about black people asking this question about black people. Now, you got some black people out there that's they're about against black people until one of their family members get dealt with in a bad way. That's when they take it personal. Then, when you can't take it personal outside of your family, you have a problem. I'm serious. Do you all remember that 14-year-old was back in the, I don't know, was it the 20s or 30s? He was like the first youngest black boy executed. I think he was 14 years old. Now, do you really need to be a person of color to understand that? Yes, you do. You need to be a person of color in order to understand that, because we all been in that, not in that work, in that to their worst degree, but how they come down and look at you and things, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. The incident a few months ago, or early part of this year, this sister that was driving a car, and they accused her of shoplifting. She was in a car and she was pregnant. And then, the police stood in front of her car. He told me he felt threatened for his life. Dude. But this is the world. And so my point of saying is this. People are going to ask questions. It's more so it will be us. Why? Why? Even if it's black on black crime, we're going to still. Why? Why is going to be the number one word? Why? And that why will lead you right back to the scriptures. And then you will understand why this or why that. Because it leads right back to the scriptures. It was the why that got my attention. I kid you not. I was talking to some friends, and I was like, why do the Most High, or at the time, I said, why did Jehovah hate us so much? I said, because I'm looking at all the stuff that black people go through and things of that nature. And I just figured, and this is the time of COVID. And I just started to, a site that I had was like 2 hours away. And I said to myself, maybe I need to read my Bible more. So I did just that. Downloaded on my phone, hopped in my work truck. And I said, I'm going to just read and go through it. And I went to Deuteronomy. And then I just let my finger hit it. Boom, where I'm going. And it was Deuteronomy 28. Boom, set it there in my cup holder. Cup holder give off make the speaker sound a little bit louder. And I listened to it. I listened to it all the way there, coming back. I got on the phone, called friends, called brother. And I was kind of surprised that a lot of brothers I knew did not want to touch that. They did not want to touch it. And I'm coming to realize why they don't want to touch it. Because they would call me an apostate. They would call me an apostate. For the simple reason I do not follow their teachings anymore. I do not. I let that be known. I said, you're telling me that Israel is done away with? Well, I can go right there to the scriptures, Romans chapter 11. And I reason. Now, how do you come up with that Paul is lying in these scriptures? It's just that simple to me. Shalom, Sister Deborah Yah. How is it that he is lying in the scriptures, but then at the same time you say that the scriptures are inspired? This is what I'm saying to these grown men. And it seems like that peer pressure. This is the worst time for grown people. When I say grown people, I'm talking about from 50 up to 70 some years old. You know why? They scared of what the people in their congregation or church is going to think about them if they sit up here and took this scripture for what it is. What they going to think about them. You want to talk about peer pressure? Put these grown people in high school. Put them in a high school. Because truthfully, that's where it belongs. Because if you're going to be a person of the Most High, you're going to search and research those scriptures. And you need to understand why you believe what you believe. Not what you believe what somebody told you. And all of this teaching started with Christendom. And at the same time, now, is it not true that the Most High said, Heck, I forgot the scripture. Oh man, I hate when I do that. Oh, I forgot. But that's the thing. Having a mindset, and just open up your Bible and read. Read. I'm gonna say this. When I was a Jehovah's Witness, and they came out with an article, and the article was talking about red meat, and really what it was, somebody got offended and wrote a letter into the society and said, this is not blood, this is juices and things of that nature. So the scriptures clearly states that we're not to eat blood, right? We're not to eat blood. We're supposed to drain it out and things of that nature. Now, they came out with a letter, an article, saying you cannot tell a brother, or you can't tell a brother that he's eating blood when he wants his steak medium rare. This is what they came out with. Me, myself, I was in disagreement with it, off the top. That's just me. Because I'm looking at the scriptures. So, a lot of brothers, went right there to doing it. They felt it was right because they got the okay from what they call the faithful and discreet slave. Faithful, discreet. They call themselves slaves. And so that's all that congregation needed was their okay, because they feel these are the people that's talking to the Most High for me. This is in their mind, that the Most High is speaking. I mean, these men are speaking to the Most High for me. I'm a believer. That's what they believe. It ain't just Jehovah's Witnesses. You're talking about Catholics too. Yeah, the Pope supposed to be the second man in charge. He's supposed to be right there next to God or something. So I mean, all of them are there. When a person comes and say, you know what, I was sent here by the Most High. You come and say that to us, we're gonna listen to you, but trust and believe. You're gonna have a lot of mental scrutiny going on. They going to listen to every word come out of your mouth. Because that you just because you walk on top of you sitting here from the Most, you're gonna be tried and tested. Period. You're going to be tried. And if you can't sit up here and try a man who's saying that he is from the Most High, you hemmed up. You're absolutely hemmed up. You believe, man, and these men, they got power. If you can believe Easter Sunday, that's a powerful man that got somebody to believe that. Easter Sunday. If you can believe Christmas Eve, that person got a powerful tongue. And we all know it is. Because the scriptures clearly state that Satan has misled the inhabited earth. That's what he did. And we are encouraged to come out of it now. That's what we are encouraged to come out of it. Whatever this world got going on, it is not none of our business. The only thing the Most High is asking us to do, come out of her, so you do not receive part of her judgment. That's what he's saying. And the thing about it, and evidently the Most High must know that there was a power on top of his people and things. But a little persecution can change all of that. I mean, yeah, at Halloween, sister, in pursuit. Yeah, I never celebrated Halloween. No, never did. No, ate the candy. Yeah, celebrated. Nope. Didn't do no parties, nothing like that. But this is where we must stay awake and encourage the brothers and sisters on a global scale, because we need it. We need it. We need it. Oh man, Yah Saint. Whoo, man, that's the if the churches say, we're gonna do away with all these holidays, that's the time. That's when our people will wake up in. What? You're getting rid? Because what? When it's a holiday, brother, it usually is followed by with eating and drinking. Eating and drinking. That's what it's followed by. Christmas, eating and drinking. And football games. And commercialism. That's top dog. Commercialism is top dog. They know Easter don't have anything to do with the Passover. They know this. But Easter brings in a revenue that the churches get out of it. They get money out of that. Oh, we can get this much money out? Yes. We just need to advertise it. Get the kids new clothes, new shoes, some bunny rabbit, Easter bunny rabbits and things of that nature. Come up with Peter Cottontail. They did all of this stuff. They did this. And now we seeing the gravity of what they have brought in. And at the same time, now this gonna be a sight to see. And it's like a future thing. Now, out of all this stuff that those pagan days that we celebrate, the pagan days, would that same type of desire be for the original feast days and things of that nature that we are supposed to do? And I'm like Yakobato when it comes to those feast days. Truthfully, I'm like him. You need to be on the continent for some of those, because being in captivity, and then we're new to the awakening. There are some things we're going to study, brothers will study, sisters will study, and get a better understanding as to how we need to move and how we need to worship the Most High. That's the most important part of it. That's the most important part. Everything that they do, the world do, is all about money. It's all about their money. Easter, Halloween, Christmas. Let me see what else. Thanksgiving. Man, you give me a day. What? They're gonna have it. Yeah. But the scene of the world has changed. Now, if anything get popped off before Friday, now if something pop off Friday, yeah, brothers, this is my thing. Because in light of this election that's supposed to be taking place in a couple of days, brothers, just run drills. Talk to your kids, your wife. Let them know if anything blow over and we lose communication, you have, brothers, I'm telling you, make sure you got that down to a science. Make sure that you have it down to a science. Because when it do go down, the world is going to be in so much disillusion till they go start panicking. They go start panicking. And the last thing we need to do is panic. The first thing we get a hold of yourself. Oh yeah, it's about to get crazy. You're right, Institute. It's about to get crazy. And this is the reason why I'm saying, put yourself in position mentally and as much as you can physically. No, y'all saying, let me tell you something. Now, let me say this. No, y'all saying. It may be some truth to that. It may. But y'all saying, I don't put nothing past man. Look here. These people that's calling themselves writing these laws here, who do you think they are in bed with? They're in bed with Babylon. They getting up. I mean, they walk all over our brothers and sisters, disrespect our brothers and sisters. So that power structure mentality is here also. So if they, or don't get me wrong, y'all saying, I'm gonna say this. I do not see a civil war. I don't see that here. That's about the only thing I just would not see. It'll be difficult for them to pull it off with all of these people of color. They will have to have a strength or something to pull that off. But that's the only thing I will say, yeah, saying is that civil war. But I seriously believe it's going to be affected. I mean, they're going to be affected somehow, and I'm really thinking it's going to be more so monetarily. That's what I'm thinking it's going to be. It's going to be like a money issue, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But once this stuff blows up, yeah. Shalom, Brother Robert. Shalom. And so that I would say there's a chance of something here, but a magnitude. No, I don't entertain that. Now, I mean, that's a different story, and and it's really truthfully, y'all saying it's against Judah in the United States, in the European lands. That's who it's against, because those Negroes woke up, and they woke up with a passion. They woke up with an understanding. They woke up taking on scholars and making the scholars making them look bad. They use their own history against them. These are low-level educated brothers that's coming out explaining their history book. That's the only person. And the only person that can do that is the Most High, because they're gonna say. I'm gonna say it this way. I said this a couple of days ago. The history of Israel in the Bible, somehow the faithful and discreet slave used their track through life of coming up with, they came from Bible students, they used to call themselves Bible students, to Jehovah's Witnesses. And so with that track, they were going through and they was bumping heads with the Catholic religion until they were saying, they had court cases and things of that nature, and they put them in jail. They went to jail for 3 years. They took one of the scriptures out of the Bible and said that scripture has been fulfilled, because they went to jail for 3 years. Let that be a black man going to jail for 3 years. He ain't coming out that jail alive. But they came out alive and rejoicing. Yeah. This is a teacher. A lot of the stuff that our forefathers went through, they took it and painted their own picture. And I'm serious, and they got a lot of our brothers and sisters saying, no, I got family members in it. And I'm looking at the scriptures that say you should not be eating blood. I got family members that said, no, that's the best tasting meat. I'm like, I don't care what a faithful and the street slave is saying. The Most High has it already written in the Bible. So now, either you go follow a man or you gonna follow the Most High. It's just that simple. You keep on letting man make a fool out of you. And I tell you the truth, this thing did that. That's amen. Okay. That's the thing I have seen since my awakening. And I kid you not. Projects and hours. Yeah. I feel you, y'all saying. I grew up in St. John's Apartments in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. But I think at a very young age, I was looking at, you need to follow the Bible. Because every time a brother did something, I'm saying a brother, I'm talking about a black brother. If a black brother had I never forget, a high top fade, he was worldly. If he had a little bit more hair in the back, he was worldly. A sister that walked in the congregation with an afro, back in the, she need to get a perm. She need to get a perm and straighten her hair out. And I never forget, bro. I mean, I don't know, maybe I was a magnet for them. I know when I first came to Chicago, I am nothing. I was broke, busted, disgusted. And I would go to the hall, we had like three meetings a week. I was there. And so these brothers decided to pull me to the side, 3 elders. I was like 20 years old. And so what had happened, they told me I was dressing worldly. And I was like, well, what do you mean? They said, the clothes that you got on, this is worldly. And I said, what do you see me with the day before? The same clothes. I said, and Sunday, brother, you had the same clothes on. And mind you now, I'm just trying to get them to think. So one of the brothers, he didn't say nothing, and we ended up becoming good friends. And so they kept on going. I said, brother, if you see me with these clothes on Tuesday and turn back around Thursday, and you see me on Sunday, what did that tell you? It's the only thing I got to wear. I said, what? These Stacey Adams I got on? Man, girls, let me tell you something. I lifted those bad books up and showed them the big hole that's at the bottom of my shoe. But they were telling me I was dressing world. I said, brother, you could have came to me a whole different way, but you didn't. You came with assumptions. They came with assumption. assuming somebody's this and somebody's that. But there's a lot of there's a lot of kids. I ain't gonna say kids. There's a lot of people like me that grew up in that religion, around the religion, that have a disdain about it because of their treatment. Oh, when I say they took seriously, spare the rod, spoil the child. They took that to heart. They did. They took that to heart. And I'm not just speaking about black people either. They took that to heart. They did. Until they had to come out with an article about child abuse. Yes, they had to. So now, if a witness did hear what I'm saying, they'll call me, like I said, they'll call me an apostate. Because I read the Bible. I studied the Bible. I live by the Bible. They up under the assumption that the laws are done away with. I'm not up under that assumption. I even told the bride, I said, truthfully, I think it's safer for me to live my life up under those laws. That's what I told the brothers, the elders. I said, you all teach it. I said, but truthfully, you can't disfellowship not one red brother or sister for saying, no, I believe that the laws are still valid and I'm going to follow. They can't touch you. They cannot touch you. Only thing they can do is talk about you. That's all they can do. And that's what a lot of brothers and sisters in these congregations or churches are scared of the talk of the church. That's what they're scared of. They're scared, oh, he is too old to be talking about he's a black Hebrew Israelite. He need to sit his old self down. This is the talk that you get from churches. You get the gossip. But it's going to take a brother and sister with a strong backbone to stand their ground. Because this is not about your feelings. This is about your life. Not theirs, yours. It's about your life. I don't care if you 13, 74, 84 years old. It's still your life. What they think about you and how they feel about you should not mean a hill of beans. Put that type of stuff can be put on a shelf. These days, and if something is about to pop off, and the last thing you need to do is be caught up in a system that the Most High been saying for years, get out of her. But then the churches came and said, oh, this is the meaning of these scriptures. Oh, Babylon, it's the church. Me, myself, I think they one and the same. Church and government. Boom. A dual judgment. Because somebody is leading somebody. Somebody is giving power over here and over there, giving back. That's how the system is set up. But the Most High said to his people, get out of her. They already hate you. And I don't care what type of politician you think you are, or a preacher, or a devout Christian. He said, get out. He said, get out. I mean, it's like, this is a mad dash to the finish line. Well, not necessarily the finish line, to a midway point, put it that way, because you still have a 1,000-year reign. Shalom's my life totally. That's where we at. And we don't want to get caught up in some unnecessary nonsense. I know we can have it. It happens. It happens. It does. Along with this awakening, now you have all of these different channels that's out here. They telling you stop believing the Bible and things of that nature. But let me tell you something, brothers. If you all do run up on that type of nonsense, they saying there are books out there that's older than the Bible, right? Who stamped that book? Who said that this book is older than this book or that book? How are they making that determination? Or it's going to be some type of scientist who went to school to learn, all right, this is the age of the paper. Or it was used back in this particular time. And there may be some truth to it. But it won't be, it will not be to a certain. And if it is older than the Bible, it shouldn't matter to us. It should not. But you have some, I would say, you have some brothers, and these are brothers, claiming that the Exodus never happened. The Bible is wrong. And they more so on that Egyptian type like stuff or whatever they got going on. I don't give it a time of day because Egypt had a lot of different gods. Israel only have one. Still do down to this very day. Still do down to this very day. And that's what we had. This is a necessity. Sister Pursuit said, something is about to pop off. Something is about to pop off. And we need to be on guard. Yeah, it's always going to be on folks. It's always going to be them. But when it's all over said and done, everything will start with them. And it's going, and it's going to end with them. That's what's going to happen. It's going to end with them. And they're walking themselves to this end. And the end has, I ain't going to say the end. Well, their judgment has already started. Their judgment has already started. Yes. It is a must that we praise the Most High on a daily basis. Just walking through the store, whatever the situation, we just walking around. Think on them, like Yahusha said. You need to be thinking about him daily, throughout the day. We need it, and we're going to need it more so. And it's not all about us either. Especially if you have family. You have family. And you may have a family member that's not awakened. And let's just say this. It could be that the Most High has not awakening all of Yasharel. He probably figured, all right, you know what? I know I'm dealing with my people. They stiff-necked. They still stiff-necked. That stiff-neck went down that bloodline and stayed there. But they will have to get a little bit of this persecution. Or a little bit of this judgment. But when they get a little bit of this judgment, trust and believe, they're going to strip that stuff off and they're going to come on. They're going to wake up. They're going to be about their family business then. And that's how the Most High could be looking at it. Because I know we have a lot of people that's all geeked up about this election and things. And for people like us, we don't want to see not one there. Well, that's evidently, this awakening has shook the foundation of their political structure. So now it seems that they need to find another people to replace us, to put them in our position. Truthfully, they don't have to look far. All they got to do is look in the mirror. All they got to do is look in the mirror. There's your replacement. But they don't want to be in. They don't want to be in the position that we are coming out of. They do not want to be in. No. Nobody in the world knows of our position. They know it. They know it very well. They know it very well. This, brothers, what, just really, sit down with your family. Today's what, 29th? The 29th. I would say from this day going up to the election and beyond, stay on top of your kids. Stay on top of your kids. Stay on top of your family. And make sure they have a clear understanding. If this pop off, you know not to say nothing to no one. Be about your business. You walk with a purpose. Keep your head straight. Do not deviate. Don't go over your friend's house. You go here. You're going to have to be stern with your kids for their survival. Because now, at that time, it's like a measure of demon activity is going to be at this. It's going to be a little bit higher. It's going to be. It's going to be a little bit higher. That's one thing it's going to be. And it's let us not fool ourselves. The Most High said, Yahushua said, you are sheep among wolves. We're surrounded by wolves. Brothers, if you got your 7-year-old daughter who walks to school or whatever and walks back home, you need to be on top of that. Be on top of it. You want to do. And I'm saying this. What about these? You know what? And let me pose this to you. Hold on. Let me scroll down a little bit. Why in the world? It's I seen it. But this implant, bruh. No, I wouldn't. That me. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to get nothing put inside of me. No. They'll make that stuff look like it's the elite of technology. But trust and believe, there's a controlling mechanism somewhere inside that device. I don't care if you can look at your hand. You come up with a phone. No. Or you turn your arm over. You look at and from your skin, you see what time it is. Ain't nothing sexy about that nonsense. What's sexy about that? You want to flip it over? Hey, how you doing? You having a whole phone like you talking to your right arm, but there's like a device embedded that you having a whole conversation like this. Something sexy to be doing walking down the street talking, to your arm. This is what the world make everything look like. Make like, hey, this is top technology. The TV. You look at the TV. You ain't even got to say a word. Turn on. Do you think I want something like that in my head, brother? No, no. That's Jennifer Lopez did a movie. Um, um, like I forgot the name of it, and she did a couple of months ago. Well, earlier this year rather. Um, and it was like, and it was some little thing behind her ear, and with their mind and all this stuff. There was like the machine and the driver of the machine were one. They were one. And this is how they introduce those these things to us. Movies gonna be first. The movies are going to be first. Now, if you go back to Minority Report, they was talking about this stuff back then. But we were just being entertained. They was, yeah, but they knew it was going to be entertaining you. They knew it was going to be entertaining you. But the entertainment was a reality for them. They already had it in place. And you're right, my life totally. No privacy. You can be sitting there minding your business, passing gas, and they hearing that. Man, please. Come on. But this is the world. They want to be in everything that you do. Why? Why do they want to be in everything you do? It's bad enough that you can talk. I mean, we can have a conversation talking about baby Pampers. Now, I'm not sitting talking to Yasin about baby Pampers. That cell phone picks up everything. And then you go in there, you start going through your feed, then you're going to start seeing items of baby Pampers and everything. They're already listening to your conversation. Now the world is trying to get inside of you because they also put out movies this way. Like they had the prisoners, and the prisoner had a collar around their neck. So if they go so far out, hey, it blows. It blows. That's how they kept them in check. What makes you think that they not putting stuff like that together? But ain't got to be no big old brace around your neck. Oh no, all they got to be is a little size of rice and a measure of poison. A measure of poison can be administered inside of your body. That's what I'm talking about. This is not the world we want. This is not the one. This is not the one. This awakening, and why this, what's that guy's name? The cars, Tesla. Why he's so gun-ho with Trump, I do not know. But to have a political figure and a person with money, with deep pockets, ooh, shucks. That don't look good. I mean, even with the other political part, it don't look, neither one look good for us. Neither one. This is the reason why you're seeing brothers that's waking up, you're seeing sisters that's waking up talking, hey, we're getting to that point of this exodus. He must be, yeah. You know, some of these on my laptop, the comments not coming through. Some of them are coming through. But I mean, this is where these are the things we're saying, and this is where we at. You know, this is where we at. And it seems like a lot of this animosity coming from the world. Oh, yes, massive deception. It's directed at the African Americans and than the brothers in the European lands. That's what it seems like to me. You Negroes woke up, you came in, told people, oh, y'all need to give up this political stuff. What? Think about it. Not one president ever did anything for Negroes. Not one thing. And when it was seemed like a majority of us woke up to that particular fact. Why keep on going with it? What's the thing? The national anthem, the long version. Have you ever listened to the long version? And if they're so concerned, wait a minute, hold on, let me see that. Hold down. Official ID, not in plan. ID. And it started, wait a minute, hold on, let me raise this up, man. What's this thing? Hold down. No, I didn't hear about that. And you said starting in May? Brother, bro, let me say this, bro. No, I didn't know nothing about that. And you know, and the sad thing about it, y'all saying is this: if they want to get it on a global scale, they know they need to get it. They need to get this in Africa first. And when you got people here that's been broken, you talk about, we'll give you $100 to do it. How many of these brothers think you think they want to do it? Yes, there will be a lot of us brothers and sisters going to be jumping at that, and especially if they can affect your food source, and you hungry. So now, right now, y'all saying we're not in that predicament now, but let us get in that predicament. This is the reason why I said we got to stay woke and we got to stay alert. If you seeing this is how they playing their ball. You play ball. Cross them over. Start planting you some fruits and vegetables. Put you some potatoes out there. Everybody's life is going to be disrupted. And I don't care what type of life you think you got. If you got a condo, you think you living high off the horse, trust and believe, you're going to be down to earth with the rest of us. You're going to be down to earth with the rest of us. You're going to be looking for food. And if they can pimp you on food, they're going to get those machines on you or in you. And the kids. May 5th. Now, something about to pop off, bro. Because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that's speaking against this stuff already. So, but if you affect that food chain first, and you talking about a war, this is what? This is, let's just say November, December, January, February, March, April, May. You're talking about 7 months from now. Affect that food chain. See how fast things turn. Not saying that brothers and sisters are going to be unfaithful, but my thing, this is a warning. If you know that they're affecting the food chain, put yourself in line to be opposite of that. Where you do not have to be bowing your knee to take this ID thing. Why do they want? Wait a minute, y'all saying, where's this this ID thing supposed to get started at? In the US or where? And so that's the thing that we have to Shalom Dia. That's what we have to be. We brothers and sisters, I'm serious. We can sit here and talk about planting food and all that stuff till we blue in the face. But when reality hit, the U.S. All right, the U.S. Y'all Saint and anybody else, brothers and sisters. I even started a little small garden, and I'm in Africa, but still, this is not that time to say, "Oh, I don't want to get my hands dirty and things." Look here, if you're feeling kind of funny about it, just take your little hole, dig it up. If the tomato is old, put it in the ground. You never know. The Most High might take that into consideration, and that what you just did to serve to you as food. Daya, I'm sorry, I call you Dia. I'm sorry, Daya, Sister Daya. Shalom. And so, I mean, this is not that time for us to be like being indifferent about trying to grow or raise your own food, because it appears that's what they're going to use to the majority of hungry people. That's what it appears to be. It seems like that's going to be their game plan. And if we don't say anything, we just as guilty. No, we're supposed to say these things. The Most High is putting it in each and every individual for brothers and sisters to say these things. Now, whether brothers and sisters want to do it, that is going to remain to be seen. What? Y'all saying, are you for real? The States trying to do it, man. Take it down. You talking about YouTube? Wow. I mean, you start taking down video. That sound like something is on the horizon. Yeah, I got you. Wow, brother, I'm serious. There is an eagle eye that you brothers, that we must continue to maintain. I'm serious. We have to. I mean, our eyes got to be sharp. We see these things, we're hearing these things, and not only should we just be hearing it, we need, all right, what can I do to protect me and my family from this here? That's how we should be taking it. And then when I say growing food, brothers and sisters, I mean, if you have the funds to do so, get you some fertilizer and some dirt. Get you a pot. And if you have a house that's well lit from natural sunlight, and you're just watering it and putting fertilizer, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. Now, put the Most High to the test. See that He is not good. Because if you just do those small things, He's going to bless your efforts. He going to see that you get fed. And it may be one tomato or one potato. And He can have a whole, you put that in the potato, onion, one potato, one onion, one tomato in a pot. Don't tell me what the Most High can't make. You'll have a pot of soup in there. Don't put nothing past Him. Do not cut His hands off. He knows exactly how to save His people. If he deemed it absolutely necessary for this little small potato to serve as a full course meal, He would do it. Don't cut His hands off. Don't think that it is impossible. The only things we're used to is what we're used to seeing. We're not used to seeing high-profile miracles. We're not used to seeing people falling off a building and landing on their feet and walking. This is what the Most High can do. Don't cut his hands off. Don't sell him short. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Don't sell him short. He is not that way. He's not. What you may think is impossible is absolute possible with the Most High. These are troublesome times in which we're living in. And if you think these days in which we're living are bad, let this thing get popped off and the world go about thinking, and there's no putting themselves all week. There's no law. Now, I just heard a police officer yesterday on YouTube rather, and he was saying, I'm making a pact with a lot of his police friends, and they're getting themselves prepped to take care of their neighborhood. Why would he make that comment, brothers and sisters? Why is he making that comment? They are prepping themselves to take care of their own, we will call it their own village. Why is they prepping themselves for that, brothers? They can't afford that bunker. The only thing they can do is be on top of the ground in the houses. This is the thing that we need to be thinking about, listening. Why are they making these preparations? This was just yesterday. This was just yesterday. He had the conversation. The police officer saying, this chief police officer, what he and his friends are preparing themselves for. They're seeing something, they're hearing something. And it seems like the world is hearing the same thing. Let us not to be the ones to be caught in the dark and trying to figure out what's going on, or what should we do. We should not be that way. No. Shalom, Sister Kathy. How you doing? Oh, yeah, our faith is going to be tried. It is. It's going to be tried. It's going to be. It is. But then there's a measure of preparation that we can do. If you've been warned about something, look at the warning, see how it applies, and execute. That's what we should do. Because these next few days, something will be said. It would appear. That's just me. It seems like the closer we get to this election, and it's not the election itself, it's just the fact that every single day you're getting closer to it. Every single day it seems like something is about to pop off. Because it's like they get on there, especially with these news media, and everybody got something to say about somebody in a political arena. And this stuff could be serving as a distraction within itself. It could be serving as a distraction. Because if this thing do get popped off before that election, what do you think will happen? The opposing side will say, you went out there and you started this war on purpose, so we won't have this election. We go fight. Then what would you have then? There go this civil war that they always wanted. These people wanted a war a world war, and the other people wanted a civil war. Who are the people in the middle? Who are the people in the middle? Brothers, I didn't scream from there. Yeah, brother. No, it ain't the fact that you crazy, you know, because they go you know, yes, Kathy. Yeah, sis. That's going to happen very, very soon. And if it was, I mean, I ain't gonna say it that way. You know, I don't know what's going on in the States, but I'm not gonna sit there and say, go get in the frenzy and buy some toilet tissue. I'm not gonna say that, but I would say, you know, use your discernment. Use your discernment. And if you need to cut back, when I say cut back, I'm talking about if you eat 3 times a day, you may have to cut yourself down to cut a meal in half. At least you eat twice a day. Cut it in half. Because one, you're not going to die from starvation just because you cut it in half. Only thing you may do is lose some weight. That's the only thing you may do because your body is used to taking in so much calories. But when you cut that meal in half, it's not getting it. Because when you cut it in half, by the time you get ready to eat the other half, you done burnt off some of everything. And so you eat this, boom, everybody's all right. We still getting enough. We can continue to move. A lot of things, brothers, a lot of stuff that we may be used to right now, we may not have it. We may not have it. Because if this war do go through, watch your water. Watch your water. When I say watch it, I'm talking about the top of it. If it got like a rainbow color on it, on top of it, that's oil. It cannot be drinking. That's oil. Yes. But that's what the Most High wants. He wants those to worship him in spirit and truth, because that spirit is going to let you know the truth and which way you need to go if you're paying attention. So, Sister Pixie does. A lot of us is going to lose weight. Even the skinny brothers and sisters, they're going to lose some weight. It's going to happen. They're going to play their cards. They need a controlling people. They need some people to control it. And they do know that they know that these people here, we can control them. That's what they do know. The Most High woke these people up. But if we can fool some of them, let's just try to get some of them if we possibly can. And that's what they're fighting to do. They are fighting to do just that. This is a very serious time into which we are living in a touchy eggshell times. Excuse me. That's what it is. And like I said, it could be a distraction at the same time because they want to get this here over there started because it's all about Africa. And for the average person, when I say that, they go say everything's always about Africa, because they don't follow the news. They do not follow the news. It's the reason why they don't know. And at the same time, they get the little shallow news. This is what this African country looked like. This is what this country looked like. but they don't want to show the educated side of our brothers and sisters. They want to show them walking around with flies all flying around them and things of that nature. That's what they want to feed out to the masses of our people. And our people believe that. They have come to we have accustomed to the upbringings of the U.S. Yes. But yes, those bug out bags, Sister Georgetta, you're going to need them. Get your backpack, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Find, if there's any brothers around and sisters around, the closest one you can, talk to or whatever. All right, and it's going to serve as a protection, first and foremost. The more brothers and sisters get together, the stronger your protection. Because trust and believe, they're going to do the same thing the world is. They're going to realize, hey, we can cause mayhem together. We're stronger together. They know these things, brothers and sisters. These are things you're going to have to start putting into play. I would not suggest that a single sister, may living in a condo or something, that's going to be the worst thing that she can ever do. That's going to be the worst thing that anyone can do. And even a man. If it's a single man, no, you shouldn't be living. He gonna think that he can, do that. But in reality check is gonna be something else. You do know the days of Lot, they're alive and kicking. Gonna make you think that these guys out here is not looking at other guys. Mingle with your brothers. Get with your brothers to serve as a protection. You stand by yourself is not healthy. Because trust and believe, one of those neighbors are recognizing the going-ons in and out of your house. They're going to know how many people come in and out your house. They're going to know, hey, we can move around. We can move in on that person. They're going to know these things. This, like I said, this is just my suggestion, brothers and sisters. Put yourself in a secured location with your brothers and sisters. Period. You may have to sleep on the floor and all that stuff. We did when we was kids. As long as you got a roof over your head and you have every time. You have protection. That's a blessing. Yes. But we will have to recognize and realize where we at and things that needs to be done. That's one thing we have to do. And brothers, from this day going forward, what time did I start this thing? I think I meant to start at 2:30. I was running behind. But I think that's the time I'm gonna start the live around 2:30. I'm sorry, 2:30 and things. So roughly around about that time, that's when I'm get it started. And more than likely, I like to stick to time. I like to stay. If I say I'm gonna be here at that particular time, I like to stick with that. That's what I like to do, and move forward with that. But brothers and sisters, I'd like to thank you all for being here today with Rooted in Hebrew, and for us to encourage one another, for us to stay on the watch. It's bad. It's bad. And I hope that your brothers and sisters start making phone calls to your family members, even the ones that are not woke. Still explain to them the dangers of this political upheaval that will be met out on in either direction. You may have this side going over here starting a world war, and this one here going to start a civil war. It's like it's a given. It's like a given. And then when you have a civil war, that's another word saying there's no law. There is no law. And what do you think people are going to do? They go feel, hey, let's just throw a rope over a tree and put these Negroes back in their place. This is the reason why I said brothers need to be around brothers. And we need to hold on to that very tightly. I'm serious. Very, very tightly. I'm serious. And it's going to be prayer, patience, prayer and patience, being amongst your brothers and sisters. That's what we want to need. Look at these things now. This is not the time for us to be lollygagging. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. They done played P. Diddy enough on the internet. They not even trying to do it. Whatever they wanted to accomplish, they got it accomplished. They had these 5 helicopters that came in over the state capitol early all's morning, and things of that nature. And people like, we never seen this before. Why in the world they bring 5 helicopters in the middle of the night? Brothers, be safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel. Man up together. Call your friends. Call your friends. And see what you all come up with. See what stuff you have that you can bring to each other. Stay focused. That's right. I got you on that one. Stay focused. And pray it up. Always. Thank you, Yasin. Thank you. And I think we all, looking to be in like that. But when you we see things and we feel things a lot different. And I was just, matter of fact, before I close out, my sister. And she said, Mike, why are we always the ones getting played? And she was talking about all of us, me, my 2 brothers, and my sisters. It's 5 of us, 2 girls, 3 boys. And I don't know why we had this thing about we help everybody else so hard. We did. I recognize that. And that's a lady. I just told us ladybug. I don't know. I said we and that's the way we built. I said shoot, and we call our mother Rose. I mean, Rosetta's her name, but my baby sister, she called her mama. The rest of us call her Rose. She was the same way. Same way. Is just give and give and give. But I think just the nature of a young being. I mean, you can take it up. It ain't necessarily got to be me. It can be another black man. He can see a baby walking all by it. That man gonna pick that child up. He gonna be looking around trying to find some help. That's what he's going to do. Black women do the same thing. They're gonna do it. And I'm not gonna say the other races won't do it, but they already know. If you want somebody to be human, you need to be those Negroes. You need to be those Negroes. Closest thing to humans. Well, we are humans, but we open up hearts Black people will take in anybody. Your brother may come in with a white girl. Black people like accept it. We took in the deaf, dumb, crippling, crazy. Yes, we did. We had people in our family that was mentally challenged. There was no blood relation to us. Yeah, we had them. We treat them like family. We talked about them, talked about them. They talked about us. We just do it. That's what black people do. We joke on everyone. We laugh. We fight. All right, hey, it is what it is. But brothers and sisters, this is what we at now. This is it. Stay alert. Stay alert. Be cautious. And call your brothers. Make plans. Have a plan. We're going to need it. And you brothers and sisters, be safe out there. And shalom. I'll look forward to speaking with you brothers tomorrow. Be safe. Oh no, what time? I'm Sister Kathy Jones. It is not the U.S. time. I don't know, but it's 2:30 here. 2:30 in the evening here. So I would say starting at the East Coast, I think that's like 7. Is that 7:30 a.m.? Starting from I think the East Coast. I could be wrong. I think that's what that time is. I don't know offhand, but I think it is like 2:30 though. But you brothers and sisters, be safe. And I'm sorry. And I'd like to thank you brothers for the donation that was coming in. I think I'm gonna get we have the 2 hydroponics, and there's some other equipment that I got coming in. And so always hold on. Sister Georgetta said it's 4:30 p.m. Wait a minute. In Tanzania. I think that's like right now, yes. So if it's 4:30, that's 1, 2, 3. It's like 9:39 there, Sister Georgetta. Oh, it's 8:40. All right, all right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So all right, yeah, shalom, Sister Latita Smith. And you brothers be safe out there. And I look forward to chatting with you brothers and sisters tomorrow. Shalom. Oh, that's right.